Black Lives Matter! 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 So we have a few speakers here today. Our organization that we have is called Inclusive Westwood and Neighbors for Action. And we come out for all sorts of social injustice issues. So if you'd like to know more about us, you can find us on the flyer that you saw. We have a Facebook page, Neighbors in Action. So I'm going to introduce my good friend. Her name is Hanya Corey Trapper, and she has been an activist her whole entire life. She comes from a family of activists. She has lived in Westwood her entire life, and has her family here, and she's going to say a few words.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming out today. So appreciate this amazing turnout. I just have a few words that I'd like to share with you. You may ask, why is this white Westwood mom talking right now? Is it because Westwood is 87.7% white and only 0.7% black? I grew up in this town from the time I was 5 years old. But before that, I was born in Lebanon. I have immigrant parents with a Palestinian heritage, and remember being discriminated against because of my Arabic name and culture. Are you a terrorist? Do you have a bomb in your purse? That prejudice I felt created a deep well of empathy within me, an understanding of how it feels to be judged by something other than my character. Will I ever understand what it is like to be black? Nope, I will never know. But I can still feel empathetic. I can see the injustice in the country, hear the words that feed a long-standing system of oppression, feel the hopelessness and devastation when communities of color hear about yet one more shooting of an unarmed black by a police officer. Here in Westwood, it's easy not to see or hear that devastation. It's easy to shield our children from the hard reality of life in neighborhoods only miles away. But our complacency is just adding to a broken system. A society where people like George Floyd are murdered for a suspected petty offense. Let his memory and all of those who have suffered at the hands of this broken system remind us that we have not found our way, and we must do better. We must do what we can to change the climate of racism, anger, and fear to empathy, to justice, to civility. We must examine our thoughts, dig deep into our own prejudices and where they come from. Try to put ourselves in other people's shoes and walk. We must listen and hear, because when we listen, we strengthen the muscle of empathy and lengthen the muscle of patience and understanding. We allow others to feel seen and heard. We must watch our words, because words are powerful and can lift or break a person. Don't be afraid to call someone out when you hear hurtful, racist speech. We must change our actions or our inactions. Now's the time to use your influence and motivate. This momentum of rage, let it build and cause us to be less complacent to what's around us. So, do what you can with what you have where you are. And if every one of us in this 87% white town did our part to be, as Dr. Kendi says, anti-racist, not just not racists, then we could help alleviate the burden and weight that our black brothers and sisters have to bear in this fight for fairness, for integrity, and for life. Thank you.
Okay, so now we have a poem written by Tay Diggs, Black Lives Matter. My daughter Abby O'Leary is going to be reading the poem. She is an 8th grader at Thurston Middle School in Westwood.
I'm finished brushing my teeth. I'm coming down the stairs. I'm ready for my bedtime story. Does anybody care? I'm standing in my PJs, my bunny slippers on, but Ma and Pa are watching TV. I think something's wrong. Why is Mommy crying, Pa? She's pointing at the screen. It's like she knows them people I've never seen. And why does Daddy look so mad? Mommy, do you know? He keeps on rubbing the side of his head and walking to and fro. What is this TV show? And now I start to feel real weird. My inside's getting heavy. I yell at Mommy one more time. Daddy, are you forgetting? Mama slowly turns to me, her face fighting the tear. She cut the TV off right quick. She kneels and pulls me near. Why is Daddy leaving the room? Why did he slam the door? Mommy searches for her words in the matted carpet floor. Honey, something very bad happened. We didn't want you to see, but we just saw a man get shot right on our colored TV. Why would someone shoot that man? You both said guns were not good. Did the man steal or rob someone? Was he not doing what he should? Then I feel my mama's anger, the straight stiff of her back. No, she hissed through her teeth, please shot him, 'cause he was black. I tilted my head with question as Daddy enters, still blue. But my skin's dark, just like the man's. Does that mean I'll die too? Ma and Pa stare at each other, blank scared looks on the front of their heads. Neither of them could say a word, as I imagine myself, dead.
I'm Anna Riley, and I'm just hoping that we can all take a moment of silence right now to honor all of the people who have been murdered and are now not with us, and the massive crater that has left in the world, in their families, in the future of the world, all of the things that they could have been, could have done, and it's missing now. So if we could all just take a minute and kind of reflect on that, that would be great. Future actions you can take, organizations that would be very happy to have your help, that are working to end police violence, working to help Black Lives Matter, ACLU, NAACP Legal Action Fund, and I don't know the other, and I will look at the other.
Campaign Zero.
Campaign Zero. And Campaign Zero, which is working to end police violence. And all of them would be very, very happy to have anything you can donate. And setting up a monthly donation is even better. So that's awesome. And then if you want to continue work in Westwood, I suggest you look into Neighbors in Action and let them know that you're interested. It's a Facebook group, but you can also just signal that you're interested to anybody that you see here, and we would be very, very happy to help you put your energy toward good things here. So thank you very much for coming out.
Westwood resident Monique Damon.
Hi, so I've been a Westwood resident from 2009, yeah. And I've seen different things, the way people treat us different, and there's some nice people, more nice than not. But as I see all the young kids out here, it starts at home. You have to start at home. All this is taught. You're not born with it, you have to teach it. My son has been in Westwood school, he's been in Westwood school since kindergarten. For children his age to say racist remarks to him, there's a problem. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. He should not say to me constantly he wants to get homeschooled, or every year I think about moving out of Westwood because I'm afraid what's going to happen to my son at school. That should be the main place where he is protected, and everyone should treat him as anyone else, equal as anyone else. For a teacher to continue to ask him if he's if he's a Mecco child. He kept telling her he's from Westwood, and she kept saying, no, you're from somewhere else. He said, no, I'm from Westwood. And he said, I live in Westwood. His friends had to stick up for him and say, he's a Westwood child. He lives here. He's been here since kindergarten. Stop asking him that question. Respect, it starts at home with all of you. Everybody needs to teach their child, don't be scared. My color does not rub off of anybody, off me to anybody else. You have to respect us as humans. It's humans first. We all are together. We all live in this town together, in this world together. We gotta wake up. Everybody gotta respect everybody. I don't consider myself black. I consider myself human. We're all human. Respect it. Teach it at home. It starts at home.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.